So kind of segueing off of Paul's piece. Man cunt. Okay, it's not a very sophisticated word. It's a bit crass, to be honest. But it's very descriptive and quite powerful. Man cunt. What exactly a man cunt is depends on the issuer of such a proclamation. To be called a man cunt can be either a complete insult, as in, I hate Marcus, he's such a man cunt. Or a compliment, as in, I love fucking Marcus because his hole always turns into a man cunt. Now, it may not be immediately evident why this would be taken as a compliment by a gay guy, who, by all accounts, is not actually in possession of a cunt. And it may befuddle the common passerby as to why such a moniker would even be relevant in a gay sexual encounter. I mean, the whole basic premise of gay sex is to not have to deal with cunts of any variety, whether man or not. Such a heteronormative descriptive would seem to run counter to the whole idea of gay sex. Except it doesn't. Even gays, or especially gays, perpetuate all traditional stereotypes of what is considered masculine and feminine. Take the obsession with sexual positions. Who's a top? Who's a bottom? I'm a bottom, obviously. But why is it obvious? Because I'm precious and bouncy and speak with flamboyance? Because my hand is a little weak and my ass is always clean? But I digress. In any case, a man's hole is indeed called a man cunt more often than not. It's a result of the masculine paradigm in that one asserts one's manliness only by diminishing one's sexual conquest via feminine pejorative. So with this truth in mind, I've often been referred to as a man cunt. Aww. Am I really bothered by this? Well, yes and no. Yes, because I hate being labeled and marginalized, reduced to singular, not even biologically accurate euphemism for a female sexual organ. I find it crass, juvenile, and sexist. But then again, if Jason Statham was calling me a man cunt while taking me from behind in an abandoned warehouse, I might not take such offense. And therein lies the rub. In the right context, with the right man, being called a man cunt rates right up there with, I love you, and, honey, I've won us a trip to Disney World. I just can't reconcile my brain in regards to the word man cunt. The concept is ridiculous and misogynistic, a perpetuation of the myth of the masculine and the feminine. And in the right context, when I'm feeling especially like a dirty slutbag, I relish in the moniker. I pride myself in becoming this passive feminine sexual object, being denigrated and exploited solely for my receptive sexual attributes. And that makes me just as bad as any chauvinistic asshole who relegates women and vaginas and the entire feminine being to nothing more than a tool for sexual gratification. And despite all of my enlightenment and openness and proclaimed feminism, I realize a truth about myself. While I may not actually be a cunt, I most certainly am a twat.